If anybody's curious about the fate of my Woodpeckers Square here. If you missed my last video where I was building upper cabinets for my hardware store, I knocked my Woodpecker Square off my table saw making this cut. If you missed it, you should subscribe and watch it. Be one of the 10 people who's seen it. But for now, let's rewind and see how this accident actually happened. The accident starts when I have a bunch of stuff on my table saw outfeed, and you can see I've been putting shelves in this cabinet, and I need to cut a piece of plywood to add some more shelves. I move the cabinet out of the way, and I go ahead and I start making the next cut. And I'm a little bit anxious to make the cut, and I stopped paying too much attention, and I went ahead and grabbed the piece before I really finished cleaning off the saw. Now, the part I didn't show on the video previously was as soon as I finished the cut, the first thing I did was go grab the square and check to see if it was still square. It really didn't take much. All I had to do was draw one line and I could see that it wasn't even straight. So now we'll go back to the shop and take a look at the square itself. I'm not sure exactly where it hit. It seems like it hit right here, but it must have hit there and then slapped down, because what I found was it was not square, so I was really kind of bitter. These things are very expensive now. When I bought it, it was still expensive, $100 and something. Now it's over $200. But it was bent this way, so it was sort of boink, go doing that. So when I would set it down, it wasn't square. I would draw the thing and it would come off out of square. So I set it aside for several weeks, and I decided that I really didn't want to spend another $200 on when I'm too careless. So I did buy some Chinesium versions. I bought this knockoff Enjoy Wood version, which is a 24-inch, is significantly bigger than this 18-inch version. It's also way beefier. This is just way thicker down here. It feels like they would even use steel on these parts. I'm not sure. No, I guess it's aluminum. Anyway, it's way thicker when you look at that. I originally was going to put it in. I was going to try to just set it up there in the same slot, but there's no way. It's not even close to fit in there. It's way too thick for that. And then I also just, for grins, because it was 15 bucks to add on to the order, I bought this. I don't even know what brand this is. Another thing from Banggood. Anyway, since I was going ahead and putting my credit card on the line, I went ahead and ordered this thing too. And this thing's actually really nice. It's really light. It's kind of like, I really like it. It's very square. This one is very square. Probably the most square of these three right now. This one's very square still. Once it was painful. But I literally took this thing and pushed it up against here like this and bent it back in shape, and it wound up being square again. So it's a good square. It's a good solid reference square. It's square both ways again, so I'm very happy with that. I think it was just because it was doing that when I'd set it down and it was bananaed up, the pencil would kind of not run true. So it really just needed to be bent back. It kind of like must have whacked down. I don't know exactly what happened, but the landing must have hit something or whatever, and it got a little knocked out of whack, but it's back in business. When I got this Enjoy Wood one, the shipping wise, it was I mean, even though it's a huge thick thing, it was a little bit out that way too, and I had to bend this one back as well, so I was leaning on my squares left and right. This one also. They all three, I had 3 bananas, and now I have 3 straight nice squares. I don't have any place to put these 2 right now. Like I said, this one I like because it's so light and small. It's good, big square, but it's light. So, maybe I'll buy the woodpeck version of that someday if I feel like I'm a grown-up again and I can own things like that. Anyway, this video was supposed to end with a few minutes of me making a couple more slotted mounts for my new squares, which I did, and somehow proceeded to lose all the video of that happening. But I basically just took 2 pieces of wood, cut slots in 2 edges so that the square would slide into it. And now I have 3 up here instead of just the 1. I actually have it 4 deep because I have a little tiny square hanging in front of them all. And someday I'll get this back. But thanks to a mistake, I have... Thanks to a mistake, I'm about $90 poorer, and I have way too many squares now. Thanks for watching.